Hey, welcome to this week's video. Now, as long as you have a mission, as long as you're moving, as long as you have a goal, as long as you're working towards something, guess what? You're going to fail, and guess what? You need to bounce back. So in this video, this week, I'm going to share with you your ultimate comeback. How do you come back from disappointment? How do you come back from failure? Because like I said before, it doesn't matter who you are. You're going to get setbacks, you're going to fail, and here I want to share with you some pointers on how to come back, okay? How have great people come back? How do you bounce back from your challenges, okay? Number one point for you to come back, by the way, like I said, whether you want or not, it's going to happen, okay? Now, the choice is, it has always been said, it is not what happens to you that makes a difference. It is what you do about what happens to you that makes a difference. So this is what you're going to do for you to ultimately bounce back. And I know, all of us go through challenges. Maybe you might want to bounce back from a disappointment. Maybe this year is not going that well and you want to bounce back. You're a little bit disappointed about how much movement you've made, how much progress you've made. Maybe you want to bounce back on a healthy point of view, just like me. Maybe you want to bounce back from you veered off your mission, you veered off what you love to do, and now you want to bounce back, okay? Guess what? Number one, you must take time out to have a man in the mirror reflection. What do I mean? You want to bounce back? Go to the mirror and say, you know what? What happened there? Okay? I need to reflect, because if, a problem well stated is a problem half solved, okay? You got to take the reflection time and say, you know what? Without bullshitting yourself, without coming up with stories, without being, over-exaggerating and or being so hard on yourself, you just take some reflection and say, okay, things are not going as well as I thought they should be. What's the deal? What's the matter? Okay? Which leads me to number two. You must be extremely clear. Clarity is power. Extremely clear. Number one, why did you fail? Why did you go down? Why did it happen to you? Number two, what was in your control? That is a very important question, okay? Ask yourself, in this whole situation, what did I have control over? Most of the time it is you have control over your what? Your mind. Most of the time you have control over your actions. There are certain things where, if you got into a bad decision or a bad deal and somebody, took you for granted or somebody stole your money, that's different, okay? But just go through and say, okay, what was I in charge of and what could I have done differently, okay? Number three, you want to bounce back, which you must. You got to take a step back and say, you know what? It's actually not as bad as you think. Why? If it doesn't kill you, it makes you a better person. Hello, you are alive. Guess what? You are alive. You're okay. You still have your faculties. You got to bounce back. It's not that bad, okay? You're not dead. I hope nobody's dead. But if people are dead, I hope you realize, guess what? God has given an opportunity. It's not that bad. You can bounce back. You know so many stories of bouncing back, okay? This is your time to also rewrite your story, okay? Point number four, look for the answers in the right place, i.e., go inside first. Go inside and search your soul and say, where did I go wrong? Okay? Some half the time people are looking for answers outside. Some half the time, you want to blame something, you want to look for excuses. No, we're saying take back responsibility by going back inside and saying, you know what? I can get back. Why? I'm still alive. I can still go and learn. I can still go and get the information to get me better. I can still go and find whatever it is. Know that the answers are inside first. Sometimes we're looking for answers outside. We're talking to everybody and everyone. We want to look for excuses why we could have failed. No. Seek the information from inside first. Okay? Next, please understand, and this is very important. Please understand that the world doesn't actually care. Okay? Yes, I know you might not want to hear it, but it's the truth. The world doesn't care. You got to bounce back. You got to take it upon yourself to say, you know what? Yes, shit happens. I am getting back. I'm going to do whatever it takes. You got to say, you know what? If nobody cares, because nobody actually does, okay? Yes, there are certain people who might be there saying, hey, you know what? Hey, what happened to you? Some of them ask you what happened to you so that they can just wallow in self, give you that feeling of, oh, they're trying to feel sorry for you. No, some of them actually happy you went down. Why? When you get better, you are challenging their status quo. You are challenging how good you are doing. Most importantly, you are challenging them. Some of them don't like it. So just be aware, people don't care, okay? Yes. It is your shit. You got to deal with it. You got to step up and say, you know what? I'm going to get back whatever it takes, okay? Point number 6 is this. Galvanize yourself, okay? Why? Get the lessons. Know that it happened. Know it's going to happen again. However, this time you're going to be better prepared, okay? Why? Such is life. You're going to find challenges. You're going to fail. You're going to find situations which you don't love. It is just life. Galvanize yourself and say, whatever happened to me then will never happen to me again. I'm going to be much more sharp. I'm going to be clever. I'm going to get all the information to make sure that I put in place ways of ensuring it never, ever happens again. Galvanize yourself. Point number 7, energize yourself with great comeback stories. Go and look for great biographies. There's so many of those comeback stories which are, just go to any library, look for Branson, look for some of the local guys. There's some great local guys who have, had some serious setbacks, but they've bounced back. Everybody knows Steve Jobs. Everybody knows about Donald Trump's bounce back. Okay, go and find some stories, immerse yourself and read and see how these guys bounced back. Then say, you know what? It is possible. Why? The more you read these, the more hope you're going to get. When you have hope, that kicks into your momentum. You're going to bounce back and everybody's going to say, we knew it. Yeah. Maybe they did. But you know that you went and read about these guys who bounced back and you got some tools from there. That is why you're back. And number 8, never, ever, ever, and this is important. When you get a little bit of a challenge in life, guess what? Some people just back off, okay? They start a business. It's not working too well. They just back off and say, you know what? I've given up. If you know that in your heart of hearts, that is what you're designed to do, that is what you care about, do not back off, okay? Failure is just something that is giving you feedback that you need to change something. But you cannot allow failure to define you. Come on, okay? Don't back off. Step back up. Push through. Do what you must do, because you know that the moment you fail and you give up, what message are you giving to yourself? Most importantly, what message are you giving to the people to whom you're a role model, the people who you care about, your children, your wife, your sisters, your brother, the people who see you as somebody who is meant to make a difference, okay? So never, ever back up. Next, point number 9, get the right counsel, okay? Not everybody is the right counsel. Not everybody is interested in your failures. Not everybody has bounced back. Not everybody is going to be able to give you the right counsel. Go to the right people. Go to the right people who are not going to take your bullshit and your excuses, but they're going to help you up, okay? And this is in line with the kind of environment you create, okay? If before you fail, you were in such a crappy environment where you were the cleverest person, nobody cared about, how you're doing what you have to do, change the environment, get right counsel, and bounce back. Most importantly, bouncing back is for winners, okay? So do whatever it takes to do what? To refocus, go back to the drawing board, and then bounce back, because there's nothing as sweet as a great bounce back story, because that is where real life happens. That is where real memories are created, real stories are created, okay? So whatever you do, remember, you have no choice. As long as you have a dream, as long as you have something you want to do in this world, you must bounce back, whatever happens, okay? So that is it for this particular week. Go through them. Find a way where you feel, hey, you know what? This is what I need to do, and do whatever it is for you to bounce back. So until next time, I want you to remember, since it is about bouncing back, bounce back with passion, live strong, and know that it's only you who has the audacity to live life on your own terms. Share this with as many people as you can. Let us find a way to make a difference. Maybe somebody needs to listen to this, and you might be the person who shares this particular video with them. Give us a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever it is. We just want to get better. Most importantly, subscribe to the video, because we bring you a video every week. Until next time, see you.